She dreamt about the waiting room once and offhandedly wrote her boyfriend a poem about waiting for him after death. Somehow, that became a novel. Joining us today is Alysha Kaye, a local author here from Austin, Texas. First off, Alysha, thank you so much for allowing Aspire Media to share your story with our audiences.
Thank you so much. I'm excited.
Yeah, so tell us more about this book. It's called The Waiting Room.
Yeah, so this couple featured on the cover, they basically find out that they get to relive their love story together, life after life after life, and they go back in time, they go to different parts of the world, and they don't know that they're living another life together until they're reunited in the waiting room, which is kind of like an in-between weird area where you wait to be born into your next life.
Okay, so this in some way is related to reincarnation?
Yes, but strictly human to human operation, as one of the characters says in the book.
Okay.
Because they're like, can we be an animal? Can we be a flower? No.
Okay,
But
so no inanimate objects?
no, but they can go back in time or forward in time. So it's different. It's not sequential, which is the, original basis of reincarnation.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm kind of curious about how you even started to write this book. So can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, it was a process. I started when I was interning at a publishing company in New York. I was very inspired, surrounded by books every day and walking around New York City. But I actually didn't finish it until years later. So I started it after I had the dream, which you mentioned. Thank you for that. It was a crazy dream where I was basically the main character waking up in a room full of people and names were being called, but my name was never being called.
Oh, wow.
And I was watching my family and my boyfriend mourn me out of this giant window. And that was pretty much the dream.
Yeah.
So I immediately had to wake up and start writing about that.
Yeah. So I also read in the line that I read previously that you wrote a poem to your boyfriend about the book. So can you explain that a little bit more?
It was super cheesy, really embarrassing stuff. But after I woke up, after that dream, I wanted to write about waiting for someone after you die, and to me that just seemed like a poem at first.
Yeah.
So I started writing the poem about living again together, and then I still couldn't get it off my mind. So that's when I started writing the novel.
Yeah. So are you still with that boyfriend right now?
No, I'm not.
No?
No, but he's reading the book right now, so we'll see what he thinks about it.
Yeah. So when you had this dream, was your first reaction to be, I want to write a book about this? Or how did that happen in your mind or form in your mind?
Well, I've always written since I was little. I'm an only child, needed somewhere for my crazy imagination to go.
Yeah.
So I would read voraciously, and I would start filling up notebook upon notebook upon notebook with silly stories and poems. So I've always written, but it kind of started taking more of a serious turn, I guess, in college. Decided to major in creative writing. I wrote for the journal, the creative writing journal at Texas State.
Okay.
And then I did the same thing when I got my master's at University of Hawaii. So just kind of started gradually getting to be something more serious in my life.
Yeah. How long did it take you to write this book?
The first couple chapters, which I did in New York. That was within a month.
Yeah.
I was just getting it all out, and then it sat on my laptop collecting dust for at least 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And it was just always kind of itching the back of my mind. So I finally finished it when I got my first job after Texas State. I was in marketing, and I had a terrible, soul-sucking cubicle job.
Yeah.
And I had so much time on my hands at that job, so I just wound up finishing my novel. About 6 months, and it was done, and then it collected more dust on my laptop for another couple of years before I decided to publish.
Wow. So you've traveled a bit.
Yeah, I loved Hawaii. I lived there for 2 years,
Yeah.
and finally discovered my passion for teaching. Couldn't imagine doing anything else now.
Yeah. Did you have any other inspirations for writing any other books, or did this one just naturally happen?
Well, a lot of different inspirations are in this book. Since it is different lives, there's a lot that goes into it. It's not your typical fluid novel following the exact same characters.
Yeah.
Because Nina and Jude are reborn together and then reborn together, and it follows their path from life to waiting room, life to waiting room. So, for example, one of the stories is set in Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
And I wrote that in Hawaii, and that was published in Hawaii in a journal. And so there's lots of random inspirations throughout my life in here. But I have started a second one. So
Oh, yeah? Okay.
we'll see. I'm not going to reveal anything about it yet.
Okay.
Because I don't know if I like it.
Okay.
But I have started it.
Maybe you'll have another dream about it.
See, I wish
And
it
it'll
was that
naturally
easy.
happen again.
I really wish it was that easy.
That would be awesome.
That would be great.
Is it similar to The Waiting Room, or is it completely different? Can we get to know
Well,
that?
That's what I don't like about it, because The Waiting Room is realistic, but it's technically fantasy.
Yeah.
You know, there's, as far as we know, there's no
Nope.
such room up there somewhere where we all get to congregate and then walk through a door and go to our next life.
Yeah.
So it's fantasy, and I really became attached to that aspect of it. And I really wanted to do another book that is realistic fiction mixed with fantasy and romance.
Yeah.
But the book I'm working on now is strictly realistic fiction. So I'm kind of missing that otherworldly aspect.
Yeah. But it's good to have variety.
Yeah,
So,
so we'll see.
yeah. So with the book, I'm sure that people have reached out to you or opportunities have come up. Are there any upcoming events for you that is, trying to get your book out there? Or can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of blog tours, so I hop over to people's blog and
Okay.
they help me market it, which has been really cool. I love the blogging community.
Yeah, blogging is huge.
Yes,
now.
I love it. But also I'm doing a book signing at the San Marcos Public Library, November 9th, which is a Sunday at 2 p.m.
Awesome.
I'm super excited about that. It's actually Texas Authors Day.
Wow.
And they invited me. I was so happy.
That is pretty cool.
I feel very honored.
Do you feel like a superstar?
A
in
little
some
bit.
way?
A
Like
Texas superstar.
To sign your name, Wow. So, just randomly, I want you to sell your book right now. Why should people buy The Waiting Room? Why is this an awesome book? Go.
You should definitely buy The Waiting Room if you are at all interested in what happens after death, which I think we all are.
I am.
Or if you like romance or fantasy genres or realistic fiction, because it's all of those things.
Perfect.
That was pretty good, right?
That was pretty good. You're pretty good. She's pretty good. She wrote a book. This is pretty amazing. A question that I ask every single person that I interview is, what do you aspire to be? So, Alysha, what do you aspire to be?
I aspire to be a better teacher every day and a better writer every day.
Yeah? Awesome. So you can find The Waiting Room, written by Alysha Kaye, on Amazon. You could also visit Book People and order it there or buy it there. And you can also meet Alysha yourself in San Marcos, Texas on November 9th. So you can get yourself a signed copy because this book's awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Go buy your book because she's great, and that's a wrap.
Thanks, Roman.